and welcome to this After Effects tutorial. And today we are going to be making what you just saw in that intro. So, actually not on quarter, well I was on quarter, now I'm on full. We are going to be making the Justice League titles. I did do some little cuts there from the Flash effects. If you want to know how to do that, that is not my work. That is actually from Lone Archer Films. Very good YouTuber who does make these packs of Flash effects for free. Here's his channel. I am quite subscribed. So yeah, this is just a shout out to him. See, he has 55,000 subscribers. He probably has no idea who I am. But I did get the font I used. This font, which is called, gosh, what is it called? Let me see here. It's called JLFL font. He did make this himself, so shout out to him for that too. That he uploads pretty often too. I think, well, not every day, but you know, down here, he did it about 5 months ago. Free font included that he did make for that, but that was for the old Justice League tutorial. He's probably going to be making something for this too, but this is what I am trying to replicate, and I think I did it pretty well. They did use the same texture on these letters in the background in each time that they do use the titles, which I was kind of surprised about, but yeah. So I thought, heck, that's not even that bad of editing and trying to show a bunch of different customization. So I went ahead and made my own. So here is my final comp, and this is actually not that bad to make, but you will need some footage, some external footage, which is a grunge layer. I used this grunge too. So basically, let me just show you grunge texture. So I'm a bit slow at typing because I did just cut my finger and I have a band-aid on it. So feel bad for me. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I did cut my finger though. So that is why I'm pretty slow at typing. But I did go on grunge detector large, and I am using this one. And then something you also need is a scratched texture, which I used this one from Shutterstock. And I think it's this one from Film Scratch Texture. Yeah, just go ahead and download those if you want to use the same as me. But if you don't want to use the same as me, all you need is a light scratched one and a darker scratched one. I did not use this scratched to JPEG. Also, what you will need is this smoke file here. That there's a pack on YouTube. Oh gosh. Let me see if I can get to it. Well, no, I don't think I could get to it from here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to be leaving a link to this in the description. It is basically stock footage of smoke free from YouTube, and my camera died. Oh gosh. So now, bear with me, because I am recording the audio from my camera with my mic, because it's a lot better than this audio right now. So bear with me just a second as I redo as I change out the batteries, because one thing you have to know about filmmaking, always have another battery ready, and you should always start with a new fresh battery. But I did just use this battery here to record this tutorial, the flash footage from this tutorial, and also my next tutorial, which may or may not work, which will be something from Grimm, a show I like to watch. But yeah, okay. We should be back on with the good audio now. So, where was I? Okay, I probably lost like half my viewers. Okay, so that's all the footage you'll need. And here we have our main composition, which is, I'm going to show you the settings real quick. 1920 by 1080 and 6 minutes, not 6 seconds, 6.35 seconds. I did not use the whole 635 in my final version, but you never know how long you're going to need it, so I went ahead and did 635 frame rate, actually 59.94. Probably could go 29.97, not be too bad right here, but that would make it 7 seconds, so I'm just going to cancel and not make those changes. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now, but I did not use the whole 6 seconds. But I would recommend going there because you never know how long you're going to use it in the final thing, depending on the music. And I did use the music from the first trailer because I liked it. I don't know. It's good. Okay, so what we have here is our main thing. So I'm going to go by what I did with the background first. I have a comp here, BG. Now, let me go here. As you can see, here's my grunge layer. It's solid black. I did inverse it so that the big scratch here is on the right because that is what it's pretty much like. It's scratched up more over here. So I know it's not the perfect scratch, but I think it looks pretty good. But then what I was thinking, it's kind of blue. It's sort of bluish over here. So what I did was I made an adjustment layer with a funky mask here that basically goes around this top part where it was blue, and in the effects I mapped black to very dark blue here, and yeah, almost black but very dark blue. And if I turn that on, boosh, it's mostly blue. And you might be asking, why is it still blue over there? Well, I feathered it out actually to 1000. Didn't realize it was that high. And then I was like, well, actually I think it should be a little more blue over there. So I expanded it by 372. Then I was like, actually, it's a bit too blue. So I made another adjustment layer. That is by going up to layer, new adjustment layer down here, or Control-Alt-Y. And I added the brightness and contrast effect and put it to -104. Boosh. It's pretty soft now, and I like it. So then what I was seeing, that it's not actually that blue, it's just smoky in the back and also on the front. As this smoke moves, I'm not going to play the video though, but there is a bit of grunge over here. So with our grunge layer, I got the grunge. Okay, so I made an elliptical mask, which is just come up here, hold click and hit ellipse tool, and then double click that and it'll make you an ellipse mask. Then I feathered it out a bit. Let me hit M to see this, and 603 mask feather. And then what did I do? I turned down the contrast by -65, and I turned down the opacity to 61, just so like I don't want it to be completely dark, but I want it to blend in, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just created another mask. No, I didn't. Good stuff. So that's sort of like the edge of the letter. So now let's go ahead and make our text. So I have these precomps here. That's yeah text. So basically, I used a JLFL font from Lone Archer Films. Pretty accurate font here. I made it pretty big. The font is actually probably not right because I like to scale it just a bit. And there you go. Now you might be asking yourself, how did I make this texture work? Well, you go to Track Matte, Luma Matte, which is a very useful thing to know, so don't forget that. Yeah, so then I went in the scratched texture, which I already put on top. I made a mask. Actually made two masks. I made the first mask to take out the Shutterstock, which was on the bottom. You know, who wants to have Shutterstock on the bottom? Sorry if that's sort of cheating. Then I made another mask. I made it subtract and inverted so that it's taking off the outside. And I changed this for each one so that it has a sort of a rough edge, or darker edge, I guess, to the corners. So see if I go like this, it's very dark on the bottom. And yeah. Okay, so there's our text. But also I was thinking there's the smoke on top, so that's where our little smoke footage comes in. And what did I do? I hit U to show my time remapping here. And I just showed the first puff of smoke to last these whole 6 seconds. So from 0.13 seconds all the way to 1 second at 0.22, and then on the other footage I just readjusted the time remapping for each puff. So some are shorter, some are longer, some are more full, some are less. So it has some differences. There are some differences between them. Okay, so then there is a lot of motion. So what I was saying is that there's motion for the background as well. It's not at all just the letters like it would be in some other things. So which I don't know if I agree with, but whatever. I'm following here. So what I did was I toggle switches modes depending on what you are. You might have this view right here with the transfer mode and the track matte, but we want to see all our functions here and make a null object by going up to layer, new, null object, or Control Alt Shift Y, and make all these layers 3D layers by hitting this 3D cube right here. But if it is a cube, it's 3D regardless. It's not like there's a 2D cube. Well, you can draw a 2D cube, but it's still technically three-dimensional drawing. Yeah, whatever. And then you want to hit Shift and Control all of these and use the squiggly line tool to parent it to the null, so when you move the null, everything moves with it. Or you can just select those, hit down here, and select null 1. So there you go. So now with the 3D, what I was trying to do is, instead of scaling it up, which can make you lose quality as like the pixels getting bigger, I think it's better to do the 3D coming at you. So with position, I started at the regular 960 by 540 by 0, and by the end we get to negative 60, not 960, 540, and negative 300, bringing it closer to the camera. But I was also seeing sort of the letters really max out at the end. So let's go back to the beginning here and go to position. We started on 000 for the position here, and then at the very end I added I made it to negative 185 on the z-axis, so it's sort of actually going negative 485. You might be asking yourself, how did I do that math so fast? Well, I'm a genius, so no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's pretty much it. To change it out, you basically duplicate the actual comp here. That's what I did. Yeah. So if I have justice text, it's basically the same comp, but I wrote justice instead. Same pre-comp of yeah text over there. Stretched out the scratched texture, and then I made justice pre-comp, put it in, copy the position. If you want to know how to copy the position, here, let me just duplicate this to show you. You hit position here, hit Control C and Control V. There, the position goes there. But make sure that when you do this, you parent to the null first, or else your text is going to go up somewhere else. Okay. So yeah, make sure you do that, and bam. Then I remap the time, and yeah, that is basically what I did. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you made it this far, and hopefully you found this useful and super cool, because I think it's pretty super cool. I hope so. And I think I did a pretty good job, I think. I mean, you tell me, comment down below. But yeah, so subscribe to my channel for more, because I am going to be making some more tutorials in the coming days, hopefully. I know I'm not the best at uploading consistently, but I do upload when I make a video, and I try to make a video, whenever I have time. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more, and make sure to check out Lone Archer Films as well. Shout out to him, although he doesn't know I even exist probably. It's whatever. But yeah, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, thanks for watching.